Hi, it's Bridget with Life on Spectrum, and I'm going to talk to you about social stories in this episode. Social stories is a simple way to get your son or daughter ready for anything in their daily activity. Social stories can be created for riding the school bus. It can be created about going to Grandma and Grandpa's house, or it can be created to just go to the grocery store or to go to the park. A social story is the basic steps to prepare them for what is going to come. It gives them a heads up, I guess you would say, of what they're going to do for the next hour or 2 hours. It prepares their mind and reduces their anxiety. So a social story can be done on almost any computer nowadays, and it could be as simple as a few words, or it could be actually a paragraph or an entire book for those that are in the older ages. For instance, one that I remember using the most is getting in the car. My son was a very large boy and has always been a big boy. So sometimes it started getting difficult when he was 4 or 5 for me to actually lift him up into the car seat. So I created a social story about getting into the car, and it actually worked. And then after about maybe 2 or 3 times, we didn't really even have to use it anymore. It simply started off as we're going on the car, and I actually had a picture of my car so he understood what we were talking about. And the next picture was open the door. And then he would know that the first step is to open the door. And then the second one is climb in on the seat, and then he would climb in on the seat. The third step would actually be let mom help you buckle, and then the fourth seat is closing the door. Simple things like that, and we read it before we actually did it. So you're basically reading it, modeling it, and then allowing them to get in. And a social story can be very simple, like I said, or it can go into more extenuating things and different things. For instance, like if you're riding a school bus, it could actually go into what if this happened or what if this happened. And it gave them details so they can start thinking about, okay, if somebody sits next to me, I can talk, or I can just politely listen to music, or whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind. Social stories can be a great asset for any age level. And my son actually creates his own sometimes, even though he doesn't realize it. He'll actually tell stories to himself to calm himself down or to prepare him for the next step. So it's a strategy they can use for life. And just keep that in mind with Bridget with Life on Spectrum. Thanks for watching that episode. And make sure you come back and join us again for upcoming videos. They'll be uploaded almost on a daily basis. Also, if you really enjoyed us, like us below, or even leave a comment for us to respond back to. And if for all of you that are really involved in the Life on Spectrum, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate you. We hope that this is worthwhile for you, and we'll see you next time on Life on Spectrum.